Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered. Let me take care of my computer stuff here real quick. And it's another week, middle of July. What can you say? It's hot. Today, the forecast this morning was for some severe storms. By the time you're watching this, you'll know whether we have had them or not. So let's start out with the eyeball update. Because this afternoon, of course, I tape this on Tuesday mornings. So most of the time I tape on Tuesday mornings. This afternoon I go for my consultation with the cataract doctor. That's right. I told you last week that now I may have to have cataract surgery. This afternoon is my appointment with the cataract doctor. And you know, I can see with my bad eye, looks like I've got a full field of vision, but it's like looking through a plastic bag. I'm not sure if that's the cataract or if that's just a healing process, but here's the horrible part. I'm in that part of the healing process now where it feels like there's something in the corner of my eye. It's a little itchy. You know, I have to blink a lot. But like I said, I can see all the way around now. So I think the retina reattachment worked, and I'll get this cataract thing cleared up, and hopefully I get back to shooting. I already missed one air show. Very sad to have missed the, what was it? The Great New England Air Show, Great New England Air and Space Show, whatever it was, down in Westover Air Force Base. That was just this past weekend, and it was a chance to see the Thunderbirds. Shockwave, the jet truck, was there, and I guess for the most part it was pretty good weather. So unfortunately I missed that. I'm hoping to. Not sure if I'll be up to the September air show at NAS Oceana, which was my old home base. And it's always great to go back there and have a look around some of the old haunts and things like that down on Virginia Beach. I do have an event that I'd like to make it to at the beginning of August. Some friends of mine in the band Hallow Creek, which you may have seen floating around on my personal page. I've posted some of their videos and stuff. Two guys playing original country music and out of Pennsylvania. They are playing at Bethel, New York on August 10th through August 12th, I believe. Not playing the whole time, but I think they're playing once each day. So that's very cool, and I'd love to get out and see them in Bethel. And of course, a lot of you longtime Unfiltered folks remember that while I was not old enough to attend Woodstock, the place is amazing. I've been up a few times. I've been through the museum. I love going and sitting down at the little monument that they've got, the little Music, Peace, and Love monument with all the bands that are listed at the bottom of the hill, right next to where the stage was. Love to go there and, you know, do a little tribute, as you will. You know, it's a great time. Beautiful area up there. And I'm hoping that I can get out there and be in shape to shoot some stuff. Otherwise, you know, I'm just hanging in there, doing my thing. You know what time it is? It's time. Let's go over here. And you know, it's been one of those weeks where all week I've thought of different stuff, and I've said, you know, I should talk about that on Unfiltered. And come Tuesday morning, here I am, probably because I overdid a little bit this morning. I don't remember any of it. So let's start with, you know, I really hate to keep going into this political bottleneck, if you will. But it's just so crazy and it's like a friggin' bad episode of the Twilight Zone is what it is. You know? And every single day I get up and I watch the news and I think to myself, yes, it's time to die. I seriously think that. Looking at the way the world is. And again, the liberals preaching that, you know, oh, love everybody, treat everybody wonderfully. And then they hold up a sign, die, Trump, die. Think. You people that are watching this have to think for yourselves. Don't let the news media, which, let me tell you, is not the news media anymore. It is the entertainment business because everything is driven by money and ratings. Once you see that, you'll start to understand where we're at. We are being brainwashed, people. The education system, starting from kindergarten right on up through college, gets a little more intense and more intense and more intense the longer you spend in school. But everything is geared to brainwashing you, to telling you what to think, not how to think. And there's a huge difference. There is a huge difference. Like I said, the news media, they go with the top story of every news media is always something that is going to draw gasps and ahs and oohs and everything else. Guaranteed, it's not going to be about something good that somebody did. It's always going to be about something horrible, something meant to drive your emotions. Yesterday and today, it's treason. It's the traitor president. You people are unbelievable. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, y'all were screaming about how President Trump was going to get us into the Third World War with Russia because he's talking bad about them. Yesterday, he goes into a meeting, and let me tell you, one-on-one meetings, nobody knows what was said in there. Except Trump, Putin, and the translators. And you can bet your ass there was non-disclosure forms filed all over the place. This was a talk between men. Two men, face to face, leaders of the countries. It would be like my boss and your boss sitting down and talking with nobody in the room. Nobody would say anything. I mean, Trump told the American people, I will ask Putin about this whole spy thing. He asked him. Of course, Putin, just like any other criminal and politician, doesn't want his ass exposed, so he denies it. Look, back when I was a criminal, when I was stealing shit, I denied stuff all the time. It's a little ploy, you know? If you're accused of something, deny it. So everybody's upset that Trump just said, all right, he bought the denial, said, well, my intelligence people must be crazy. Which isn't the first time we've heard this. Think about this stuff. We've known the intelligence community is full of crap since 2003, when the intelligence community told President Bush that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Guess what? There were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Our intelligence sucks. We're not keeping up with the rest of the world when it comes to intelligence. We're lagging far, far behind because of the left. We want to love everybody. We want to trust everybody. This is a dog-eat-dog political world, and let me tell you, it's nothing new. You go back to the dawn of time, when tribes were trying to expand, they were always warring amongst themselves. There has been war and people trying to be better than other people and richer than other people and have more than other people for centuries. Again, probably since there were 3 people on Earth. Maybe even when there were 2 people on Earth. But more likely when there were 3, it started when there were 3 people on this Earth, and 2 of the people got together and said, hey, let's take Joe's bread, or leg of Stegosaurus, or whatever. You know? Maybe berries. But 2 of the 3 people got together and said, hey, man, Joe kind of smells. He doesn't go to the river very often, and he's got lots of berries. So let's do something about that. Let's take Joe's berries. So that's what happened. They took Joe's berries. I know it's a made-up story, but it proves a point. There has been conflict ever since there have been people. There's conflict in nature. Big trees overshadow little trees. Little trees eventually die off. Big tree takes over. This is nature. This is not, again, the arrogance of the human species just blows me away. To think that we can control everything, that everything we lay our hands on, we have to have control of. Get over yourselves, people. You're not that important. As a matter of fact, this world would probably be better off with no humans. So the sooner the end comes for us, the better it is for the planet. I don't know. Again, I go on this long rant, and then at the end I say, I don't know. Because who the hell am I? You know? Again, I'm just a speck of galactic dust in this entire universe. And in the end, it all means nothing. So hell, I enjoy myself. I make jokes out of things that are funny. I make jokes out of things that are sad. I live my life and try to enjoy myself. And that's what it's all about. So, what else is going on? Had a couple more cops shot. Massachusetts, I think. There was one. Hey, before I forget, I got to say hi to Sandra Holman. She is Mike Daniele's mom, and she is in Keene, apparently to beat the heat of Florida. Not working out so good for you, is it, Sandra? Sorry, it's usually a lot nicer up here in New Hampshire, and generally a lot cooler than Florida. But, next year we'll all go to Florida to escape the heat of New Hampshire. So I hope you're enjoying your stay. I hope Mike and Debbie are treating you well and have, giving you all the best and showing you just what a nice little town we have here. And I don't know, maybe give Mike your thoughts on whether our crosswalks are nice or not. Mike, take it down by City Hall. That's one of the expensive ones. Show her that and tell her we're a world-class city. Things will be all set. So I'm glad you're here, Sandra, and I hope you enjoy your stay and have a safe trip back when you head home. All right, airport construction is going on. They are reconstructing runway 1432. And I guess yesterday, on Monday, they started paving the runway, and I believe a Facebook post that I saw from the airport on the airport page was they were expecting 114 truckloads of asphalt yesterday. So yeah, that is I want to talk about a horrible summer job. That's it, and they don't pave in the winter. So yeah, these are guys that are used to the heat. So that's going on. I stopped down yesterday to see Jack Wozmak, and he wasn't around, so I popped my head in and talked with Beth Bendel, the manager of the FBO down there, fixed base operator, and owner of Monadnock Aviation. And she's also on the airport marketing committee, and she is the one responsible for the last 2 air shows that have been held in Keene. So we talked a little bit about things that I'm thinking, events that I'm thinking, and yeah, it's it's not that there aren't things going on at the airport. There's always stuff going on at the airport. There are fly-ins by clubs, but nothing real like air showy. For one thing, air show regulations are so strict as far as FAA. You can't have demonstrations. There's restrictions on how close spectators can be to aircraft that are flying. You've got rules that pertain to the active ramp, because you can't just up and close down the Keene Airport if there's traffic. They want to come in, they want to land, and do their thing. So there's all kinds of rules like that. But we've got some probably the biggest event, and I'll get back to you on actual dates. But I believe in September we have the B-17 from EAA, Environmental Aircraft Association, not environmental, Experimental Aircraft Association owns a B-17. Name on the side of the plane is aluminum overcast. And it's one of the last, I believe, 10, I think I read the last 10 B-17s that are still flying in the United States. So that's going to be coming. It'll probably be a couple days in the middle of the week. I can't remember right now exactly what the dates are, but again, it's September, so we've got some time to get prepped up for it. I went online, went to the EAA site and took a look at this plane. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And it's going to be quite a sight down at the airport. Last year we had the Collings Foundation came in with 4 planes, 3 bombers and a fighter. This year it's just going to be the one B-17. So you can probably stop down, see it, get out. You don't have to spend all day there. Not sure if they'll be offering rides and things like that. I'll try and get you times, especially for you photographers that may want to get out. I'll try and get you arrival, departure times, and things like that. Because while taking pictures of this aircraft on the ground is cool, taking pictures of it coming in, going out, and I'm not sure whether it's going to do a fly or a couple of different passes, but I'll work on getting that information and getting that out to you folks. Because again, if you're a photographer and you get a chance to shoot a plane, like that, for one thing, it's history. These are planes that were built in the 1930s and 1940s, and brave young men fought from them, and some didn't live to tell the tale, and some did. But it's a piece of history, and to get some beautiful shots of one of those, especially flying, because it's amazing. All right, that's airport stuff. Let's get to city council stuff. I don't think there's a whole lot, really. Hopefully it'll be a quick city council meeting. The PLD last week pushed the Pumpkin Fest through, so that's going to go on exactly to the specifications of last year's event. Music Fest, Kevin Dremel came before PLD, so that's going to city council this week for the Keene Music Fest. And Kevin says it's time. He thinks he'd like to expand a little bit. And there was no objection from the city at all. What he wants to do is he wants to add a block party. Just like what Roger Weinreich, I believe that's his name, pulled off of last month, closed down a small section of the northbound side of Main Street for a block party in conjunction with the Music Fest. And again, I think it's gonna be a great day here in Keene. And again, I want to say that's always held on Labor Day weekend. I believe it's always held the same weekend as the Art in the Park event, which again is a fantastic event for you folks in Keene. Geez, what else is going on? I've kind of been isolated away from news and things like that for the past couple of weeks, so I'm not upset. I know it's strange, isn't it? Geez, you mean Rick doesn't have something to rant about? No, I mean Rick's fairly happy because I haven't been paying attention. So other than just what I see, and that's the whole Trump is a traitor for what, trying to be nice. And I know, here's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of the government telling me who I'm supposed to hate. Yes, we went through a 50-year Cold War with Russia, with nukes on both sides and fingers hovering over buttons. But we came through that. It's a different time period. I don't know. I wish, here's the thing. The people in these other countries around the world are just like us. They're just like us. Don't look at the differences. Look at the similarities. These people in Russia, normal, everyday people like you and I, that have jobs, that go to work every day, that are trying to eke out a living amidst their own governmental issues. I mean, I don't know what the tax rate in Russia is, or the tax rate in India or any place like that. But I'm positive that the average regular people like us are doing the exact same things. We go to work, we come home, we eat dinner, we go to bed. If we've got a TV, maybe we watch a little TV. Everywhere around the world, people are the same. It's the politicians that are stirring up the crap, you know? Because that's the way it is. Everybody wants their country to be better and bigger and more powerful and richer than everybody else. And I'll say it again, it is a clear-cut case of greedy, greedy, piggy, piggy people. Hell, the Amazon dude just broke $150 billion is what he's worth. Think of what you could do in this country with $150 billion. Think of what you could do in a small third world country with $150 billion. Let's go back over here. I'm running down on time. So, I don't know. I'm just a poor slob trying to get through life while everybody tries to tell me how to live it. And I'm tired of it. There's going to be a revolution. It may start right here. I don't know. Then again, I'm too tired to fight. I just go along, sit back, find a little spot in the woods where nobody's going to bother me, sit down and die. All right. Anyway, time's getting close. As a matter of fact, it's there right now. Till next week, I'm Rick Blood. This is Unfiltered. Peace.